Good morning, YouTube family. This is Randy coming to you again from Island Reef TV. This is just an update to my water changing station. As you guys can probably see from my previous videos, something has changed. What has changed, you may be asking? Remember, I had my pump in that container. Well, I kind of figured out an issue with that. And the issue was, if the pump was to ever go bad inside that container when I have it on, let's say I have it running overnight or 48 hours, and it's constantly pumping water into this 20 gallon. If the pump in that container goes bad, it just wouldn't stop. The water would actually overrun that container, and all that water that's in that 20 gallon would probably just run out because it's not pumping it back. It's just flowing via gravity into that container. So what ended up happening is I got me one of these nice pumps. And you may be asking, Randy, that looks kind of expensive. Excuse me, guys. And what I would tell you from my videos, you guys should know better than to assume that. I did not update this system until after I found somebody going out of the hobby, and this was actually their return pump. And I got that return pump for $50. That pump there itself is worth probably over $200, but it's a little bit used. But it looked, if I was to detach it, the pump looks awesome. It's clean, it runs great, and I just said, that will make a good addition, because this will not have the same problem that did, where there was the case of it running over and spilling all the water out. Another thing is, the pump that was actually in here did not actually hit the bottom of the container. So even after I had made my water change and took the water out and took it to my fish tank, there was still water in there, and I had to actually open the container and take the water out by using a little cup or something like that, which isn't really a big deal, but it's not. I try to make it as fluid as possible without having to open that and take out the container and all that other foolishness. Anyway, that's the new addition. As you can see, I put one of these up here, because at my first try, this little guy is very powerful, very, very powerful. If I could, I'd plumb this all the way up to the ceiling and run it to my tank, but I don't think this guy can get that far up. But let me take a little side. Let me show you what I did in here. See, as it goes down into the container, you'll see that I bored some holes going down the PVC pipe, so that, and then the main is at the bottom, so that when it's actually doing the mixing, the water is actually going this way. And these are not cemented. They're not cemented to one another. So what I could do is probably take that one and turn it the other direction, so that we have water going this way and we have water going the other direction. So it's really gonna mix up the salt pretty well. And now I can take this piece off if I need to, because I did not cement it on. The only part that's cemented on is the attachment to these, to this one right here, these two right here. So that's about it. I have a couple more videos for you guys that I'm working on. One other thing, let me show you guys a little something here. One of the great, you see this? One of the great things about joining a forum in your area, and I would highly suggest you guys do it, is what we call group buys. This is where a bunch of people get together and decide they want to buy a specific, item. Well, our group, the Atlanta Reef Club or Reef Organization, got together and we did a salt buy. Now these boxes, I save a total of probably 45 to 50 bucks by buying during the group buy, because we had probably 60 or 70 people buying salt. Where we picked it up, her storehouse was, she had a whole bunch of boxes of salt there after everybody had paid and came to pick it up. And it's just a great way to save money. And from my channel, you guys should already know I am all about saving money. This hobby is expensive, and I've been in it. I came out and I sold all my equipment, and now I'm back in it. I try and find ways to limit my cost, because the reef tanks and saltwater tanks, the corals themselves are expensive enough. But you guys know, I buy my corals from people who are shutting down their tanks. I try and get my fish from people who are shutting down their tanks. But it's all about patience. You guys, if you take your time and you look for the deals, they're out there. Now I'm just waiting for the next group buy to see what they're planning to work on, and I'll see if I'm interested in it. But that's an added benefit right there. So I don't need any more salt for a while, because I only do a water change once a month, and I do that water 20 gallon. I think that's a 30 gallon right there. And I got enough salt to hold out for a long while. Anyway, guys, I've got work to do. You guys take care. We'll see you all around. Bye.